with Dave Harris. Retro Rewind. Retro Rewind. One-on-one.
Retro Rewind.
Hey everybody, Dave Harris from Retro Rewind, and it's an absolute pleasure to be hanging out and talking with our good friend Joe McIntyre. It's been a long time, buddy.
Yeah, man. Good to see you, man.
Thanks for sitting down with us. I dare say this is where the magic happens, but you know, like a little cliche, but this is a cool room, huh?
Yeah, this is one of the lounges at Chalice Studios, and my buddy E-Man, who I've worked with for a while, we met in New York and started making music, and then we both kind of came out here and started making more music, and we've done a lot of things. But now he's firmly dug his heels into this town. He's got a lot of success on his own with Nick Lachey and right now David Archuleta and Jordan Sparks and just a bunch of people, and so it's fun. So his studio's right over here. This is a lounge, but Chalice Studios, there's two different buildings, and you got just about everybody who comes in here. There's lots of times there's a lot of paparazzi out here because they never know who's going to be coming in and out. But yeah, so it's a very cool studio.
Yeah, it does have some real nice. I don't know. It's kind of atmospheric. So, you know, your typical studio with a little art, I guess you could tell.
Flair, yeah.
A little flair.
Yeah.
Well, Joey, let's talk a little bit. Let's set the record straight first. A few years ago, Debbie Gibson went from Debbie to Deborah.
Yeah.
Is it Joe or Joey? What are we doing here?
I think the stage name is Joey McIntyre. I mean, you know, you can call me whatever you want. It doesn't matter. My mother calls me Joseph, so if you say Joseph, I'm in trouble. But you know, it doesn't really matter, you know. But I think you know, for the most part, a lot of people know me as Joey McIntyre. And
your emails say Joe though. It says Joe. Like when it comes in, it says Joe McIntyre. It doesn't say Joey.
Oh, it does? Really? Okay. Well, there you go. I never know how that works. Like on your email address, like how to you know, sometimes it has the name and sometimes it has the address.
Yeah. Well, did you?
What's up with that?
Well, I don't know. Did you set it up?
I must have set it up, but I don't know. So
so subconsciously.
There's great controversy within the Joe and Joey-ness of it all. But
you'll answer to both.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
It's always Joey Joe too.
Joey Joe.
From back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't have to call me Joey Joe.
Okay. All right. Well, Joe, I'll call you Joe. You know, the new kids on the block are back. I definitely want to talk about your solo stuff too.
Sure. Talk about whatever you want. It's all good.
But we'll, you know, you guys have come back, and you know, and it's been, I guess, put out there that you guys, you know, a lot of people try to get you guys to do this again, and. You know, from even, you know, VH1 with some of their shenanigans with whatever that, Reunited and all of that jazz. But, you know, so I guess the question is, you guys decided to do this on your own terms. And, you know, I know that some of the guys were a little hesitant. I know that Jonathan had some business on the side with a company. I had heard stories, and through some mutual friends know that Donnie was kind of like, you know, don't talk to me about new kids, you know. But you've always been really open with this. But so I guess the question is, you know, setting this up long-windedly, is why did you guys decide to come back, and why was it that some of the guys that were kind of on the fence decided to do it?
Well, I think the reason, you know, why we did it is you know, a love for the game. You know what I mean? A love for what we had and an appreciation for what we had in each other, and the challenge. You know what I mean? If we were gonna do it, we were gonna raise the bar and set the bar high and do something that we were proud of. And I think the real challenge was getting in the studio and making new music, and I think that was important for us, and that was an important part of the puzzle, because otherwise, it's just a nostalgia thing, and now this way we can, appreciate the nostalgia more when we have something new and fresh and something that's kind of adds some relevance and makes it current, and I think it's been great. I think it's really been a good meeting of bringing in the old and the new, and I think for the most part, you say Donnie was like, don't talk to me about New Kids. I'd be shocked to. I mean, he's always been open, and he's always been proud of what we did in the past. So, there's all kinds of stories and rumors about who didn't want to and who didn't. I think, at different parts of our lives, we didn't want to do it because, we were interested in doing other things. When you're working on a solo album or, working on a movie or, on Broadway, I mean, those are the things that are, most important to you, you know what I mean? So we were all doing things individually that we needed to feed, within ourselves, and eventually we fulfilled those things, and we took those opportunities and grew as people. And I think we all came at a point in our lives where we're like, all right, I think I'm ready to, maybe give this a shot. And when something like this happens, there's so much involved that, to make it happen, you got to have a little magic. You got to have a little, divine intervention, because there's just so many things that have to come together. And I think the timing was right because the timing was right. That's just the way it was.
Retro Rewind
With Dave Harris. Retro Rewind. Retro Rewind. One on one.
Retro Rewind